On Monday, September 17th, members of the Daughters of the American Revolution performed for elementary school students at Morgantown Elementary School. The program is both entertaining and educational, with many lesser-known facts about women in the Revolutionary War.
My name is Betsy Ross, and I was born the first day of January in 1752 in Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, where I made the first American flag. In a time when women were very limited at what they could do compared to men, despite those limitations, I was, I think, a strong and courageous woman. I attended a Quaker school. The Quaker children were not only taught the basics of education, but we were also instructed in a trade, which we worked on 4 hours a day, 6 days a week. How'd you like to go to school 6 days a week? And I made quilts and other needlework with complicated designs, and a skill for which I earned many local prizes. My family being of Quaker faith, of course, this led to a very simple life, being 8 in a family of 17 children. Now, how would you like 16 brothers and sisters to go with them? I always had someone to play with, though. We would swim, we'd play tag, and we'd hide and seek. In the winter, we would go sledding and ice skating. My father and my grandfather were prominent carpenters. They worked with wood and helped build the bell tower on the Independence Hall. They agreed especially on my 5-point star, and some of the president's ideas was agreed to. I was commissioned to make the first American flag, and Congress ordered all the flags I could make for the next 50 years in church, and we have dear friends all these years.
Thank you, Miss Betsy. So it's such an honor to be here with you and all these distinguished ladies. I married George Washington in 1759, and I spent many winters in army camps with my husband during the war. You know, George once said that a wife should have good sense, a good disposition, a good reputation, and financial means. And thank goodness I had all of these, and he married me.
Well, your letters were not sent from Washington, but New York.
That's true, Miss Abigail, because the nation's capital was in New York when my husband was president.
I think that most of you ladies and I have corresponded, but we've never met in person. As Martha said, my name is Abigail Adams, and I am the wife of John Adams. It's such a pleasure to be in your company, and thank you, Betsy, for inviting us to work on this, the new symbol of our country.
I'm delighted to be included in this company today, in this great group of women, and thank you for inviting me. And Betsy, it's a pleasure to be here, and Martha, it's so good to see you.
It's good to see you again, Mercy.
Now, I know all you ladies have heard of Mercy Otis Warren. Mr. Adams was very impressed with your work.
Yes, he was, but there was 2 times that I criticized Mr. Adams, and he wasn't very happy with me on those 2 occasions. But I was, before my time for women, I wrote plays, I wrote history books. My first book was published in 1805. It was called The History of the Rise, Progress, and Termination of the American Revolution. And this is all from notes that I made during all that time when my husband had such a big part in this Constitution.
My husband, I took water to him, and he was shot in the arm by a cannon, and it left his cannon sitting there. And so I just started firing away at the enemy, And General George Washington saw me, and he nicknamed me Sergeant Molly.
Well, it's hard to believe that some still think that a woman's place is only in the home and that we are the weaker sex.
And now we're going to introduce you to the Regent, Miss Linda Knight, and we're going to present a certificate to Mr. Woodcock.
Thank you, boys and girls, for your attention. I hope you enjoyed a little bit about the Constitution and the women that played such an important role in the Constitution in the Revolutionary War. And I believe she's going to get Mr. Woodcock right now. Mr. Woodcock, what I was telling the kids is we only give one of these certificates out a year, and this year we have chosen Morgantown Elementary for their participation in Constitution Week.